Hey beautiful! If this is your first time here, I'm an intuitive tarot oracle reader. Now my dear, I hope you're having an amazing day and everything is going fine with you. If today's not the best day, I'm sending you tons and tons and tons of positive energy and I hope everything will be well soon. Now guys, before anything, I think I need to, apologize to you guys and explain myself and say why I haven't been active for such a long time. I think it is like over 3 weeks now. It's the longest I've been away from uploading videos. And some of you guys may already know that my father is sick and that the past few weeks, or not weeks, you could say months, were definitely very, very challenging. But a few weeks ago, he was actually, he got his surgery, and right now he needs a lot of care. So I really had to prioritize my father and my family first before everything, because, of course, family first, right? But I can't tell you guys how much I've been missing you. I've been missing interacting with you, uploading videos for you guys. It's not only YouTube, I also haven't done any personal readings, and I've looked into my email already. I know a lot of you guys are waiting. I just want to excuse this as well, that some of you guys are experiencing this delay when it comes to the personal readings as well. I will definitely start with the readings again, and I feel much better as well, seeing that my father is doing better now. However, of course, post surgery he needs a lot of care, so still he comes first. But I'm definitely now in a place where I can concentrate again when it comes to readings. And I just want to tell you once again how happy I am, you guys, and how much I've missed every each one of you. So please feel a virtual hug right now. And I am so excited for this reading because I can record readings again. And today's topic is a very exciting one as well, because today it's all about who will you marry, who's your future spouse, and it's gonna be a 1+Hour reading. I think this is the least I can do for not being there for such a long time, and I hope that this reading will be able to make you connect with your heart space and bring some positive energy towards you, my dear. So, as always, my dear, I have 3 pals that you can choose from. And you can either choose the card or, of course, the crystal below it. So this is pal 1, this is pal 2, and this is going to be pal 3. As always, my dear, please feel free to pause the video, or you can also meditate on the cards if you feel like you need a little bit more time to choose. You will find all the timestamps in the description box, but of course also in the comments section. And as always, my dear, if you're interested or curious when it comes to a personal reading with me and you would like to get further information regarding one, as always, you can feel free to email me. Lastly, my dear, please keep in mind that this is a general reading, so not everything may resonate with you. But having said that, let's begin. Hey pal 1, oh my goodness, it feels so good to say that again. Welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see, who will you marry, who's your future spouse. First of all, I would like to say something about this card here. You chose the Foundation and Achievements card. And this card is an oracle deck. However, it's also tarot inspired, and this is supposed to kind of refer to the Four of Wands, right? And I just would like, or better to say, the Four of Wands energy. And I just would like to say, the things that I have picked up on only from this card coming through here now for you guys. And I really feel like when we talk about your future spouse or your marriage, that this relationship for a lot of you guys is gonna be this long-term relationship, like a lifelong, okay, let me put it that way, a lifelong relationship. So I really feel like this is gonna be the person that you're gonna stay with this life. So it really gives me the energy of no divorce. And yeah, I just wanted to mention that because this is something I'm seeing here. I really feel like, as the card is saying, you guys are going to have such a strong foundation. And when I say that, it's on multiple levels, of course. You know, first of all, emotionally speaking, you guys are really connected, but also the trust, you know, you have for each other, their understanding. I really feel like it's the kind of tools that you need in order to have a long-term connection. So I really feel like when it comes to your relationship, you guys are going to be very mindful, and you know how to respond to, you know, certain challenges that may come up, because of course that's a part of life, that's a part of relationships as well, the good and the bad. But it's really all about what we choose to make out of it, right? And I really feel like with you guys, you hold each other's hand, yeah, just the same way this couple is doing here, and you're willing to do what it takes. Both of you guys, you are willing to compromise, you know, and most importantly, you see the other person, you know, you let each other know what's bothering you, what's happening. I feel like there is a lot of clarity in your guys' relationship, which is very, very important. All right, so let's move on now. Let's start with your reading and let's see who will you marry, who's your future spouse. So first of all, my dear pal one, I would like to get you some oracle cards to look into the personality of your future spouse, you know, the kind of characteristics that they have, and yeah, what kind of archetypes are best to describe them. So for my dear pal one, let's see. I'm smiling right now because I'm sorry, but it just feels so great to be back. Oh my goodness, it was like something was missing, and absolutely. All right, so we have one card coming through here. We have the monk or nun archetype, which says selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit. All right, beautiful card. Let's see. We have the shapeshifter, which says skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness, ability to see the potential in everything. Let's get you one last card. I would like to get 3 cards from this deck to start with. Okay. And the last card we have is the bagger archetype, which says confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival, awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. All right. Let me put them here. Okay, so my dear pile one, who will you marry? Who is your future spouse? What do you need to know about them? First of all, I would like to say one thing that I'm really picking up on here. It's not only your future spouse. This is something I feel like we are all experiencing because this is just the kind of times we're living in. It will affect everyone, but of course, right now we are looking into your future spouse energy, but I know why this is happening. You know, I can feel that a reason for what I'm about to say is because, yeah, you know, they're just trying to adapt to the energies rising and to the change that has happened. So what I'm really seeing here is that your future spouse, okay, and I really feel like it's their energy right now. They are like just about to have this big revelation when it comes to their life. I really feel like your future spouse has come to a place in which they are reflecting on everything in their life. And it's a very exciting and a very scary time because it's almost like they can feel the changes that are about to come their way, and they can feel that nothing in their life is the same anymore because they aren't the same anymore. For example, this person could have been a very logical person, someone who did not have a lot of, let's say, imagination or a lot of openness when it comes to spirituality, or maybe seeing this world a different way besides of the matrix, right? And it's almost like this view, okay, this perception is crumbling down because we're all being triggered. And sticking with your future spouse here, your future spouse is definitely, you know, like about to shift. I really feel like this person is about to go on a roller coaster, which will literally shake their whole world. This really may feel like a tower moment for them. Now, as I said, I really feel like it's the energy. It's not like this is coming through like a actual tower event. Let's just say they go through a very, very tough time or something happens and they come to that conclusion. Now, this is more so the energies that are happening around the world, you know, they affect them. And of course, they affect them because we're all a part of this, especially collectively speaking as well. And I really feel like your future spouse here is starting to really rethink their life and rethink themselves, rethink all the things that they have believed in, the kind of path in life that they thought was for them. Because I feel like this person very often has said yes to things that were not good for them, in the sense that, let's just say, they thought they had to have the certain career because society, you know, expects you to have this or earn that much, or, you know, like, I think you guys understand, right? A lot of times, like, people do not what they want, but what they think they need to do because it's just the norm, or it's what everyone is supposed to thrive after. And I really feel like it's the same for this person as well. They are at a place where they have achieved, you know, a lot of those things that they thought would make them happy, or at least through good advertisement and so on, tells you that you should be happy if you are there, or if you have these things. However, as this time makes us all getting triggered and see the bigger picture, they understand that no, like, there is more to life. This can't be it. If this was the ultimate, happiness or source of happiness, then why aren't they feeling like that, you know? I really feel like this person is understanding that there is more to life, okay? And it's really about to, get exposed and a door is opening for them. And I really feel like this person is not even aware of the fact of how much their life will change. Because first of all, there is one thing which will enter their life. And I said enter, it's actually definitely not the right word because it has always been there for them. But let's just say they're becoming aware of it. And it's their own spirituality. They're becoming aware of more. That's really the bottom line here. Just think, this matrix is a box, okay? It's a little box. Just let's assume that this is a box and this is the matrix, and what's happening here is they're coming out of this box and they see all the world that's outside of it, and they're really becoming aware of it. And I really feel like this person, they will have this revelation in which they will understand there is so much in life that they were blind to. And what I can already see is that this will definitely trigger a big spiritual awakening in their life. For a lot, the first ever spiritual awakening. And it will really shook them. However, there is a lot of empowerment in this, because it's gonna, yeah, make them understand that they haven't lived life yet. That's really what I'm feeling here. This is something that they will tell themselves later on, when they are at a place where they can look back and they understand the bigger picture, they understand what's happening to them or what has happened to them. They understand that this awakening has actually brought them back, perhaps even for the very first time, to who they really are. So this person, my dear Pawan, I mean, you see there is something very, very exciting about to happen for them. In fact, I really feel like they are already in the beginning of it. And the kind of direction which is going to change, or the changes that they will go through, is definitely that they will become much more aware. And once again, spirituality is going to be a huge part. As an example, this person could have in the past been someone who, although maybe they have heard certain things about spirituality, or maybe they even, perhaps for some, not for everyone, knew a few things, it wasn't something that they took serious, because, I mean, it was more important to them to maybe earn a certain amount of money and just, live their best life according to that, than to look into maybe certain things, a little like more deeper things. But they will come to the conclusion that all the things they thought would make them happy were actually pretty shallow, and that their soul is begging them for something which is more meaningful. And they will find this meaningful thing in connecting with themselves. And it's just undeniable that this also brings them towards their own spiritual path. Let me see. This is a very wise person, okay? Like, this is someone who, even though they could have been a little bit ignorant because of... You need to understand that this person has just always... How should I explain it? Please give me a moment. This is someone who, of course, has lived accordingly to, the kind of systems and, the kind of matrix a lot of us are living in which it's all about, like, being a go-getter, like just earning, spending, that the happy things are in the material things. And not to say that material things are something bad. I think, that's definitely something that we would need to discuss about, right? Because I don't think that anything is completely bad or anything is completely good. There is duality in everything. But what I mean with this is, like, it's just the way we're, in a way, all have been programmed, that the biggest thing in life to thrive for is the big mansion and this and this and that, right? And this is also how they have been kind of living by till this point I've been talking about, where they will realize when they're dead, they won't take the big mansion with them. When they're dead, none of this will really matter, but it's about, as well, the connection that we have to ourselves and how happy we are, how fulfilled we are. And this is not about, saying, oh my goodness, everything material is bad and money is bad and this matrix is bad and, like, this is black and this is white. No, this is not what this is about. It's about the fact that this person realizes that they've been living in such imbalance and they didn't even knew it. Because they were only focused on one thing and they thought that this is what life is about. However, no amount of buying stuff and success is able to fill this void. So they understood that, okay, if there is this imbalance, then what is it that I need so I can bring balance into my life? So I can manage both, you know? And what this is going to be is this revelation in which they will just, yeah, be awakened. This is really what's, yeah, the major point here. And it's going to bring them a lot of empowerment. It's going to make them as well free. It's going to make them free in the sense that they're going to understand that they don't need to work 7 days a week just to maintain a certain lifestyle that doesn't make them happy, but they can actually prioritize what's important, and that really brings them the freedom. Okay, so yeah, you know, just the same, like, look at this beautiful illustration here. We can see there's this person, and you know, there are a lot of different, like, almost pieces here that are creating this face. And it's almost like this person's gonna understand what they really need to some to what extent, or better to say, how they can manage everything so they stay balanced. Yeah, it could be on a mental level, emotional level, financial level, spiritual level, you know. Only when we have balance in those energies, we ourselves will also feel obviously well balanced. But if there's a imbalance in some kind of place, it will also influence the other aspects, right? Because everything is interconnected. And yeah, there is a lot happening for this person, my dear Pawan. So as you can see, your future spouse is definitely, yeah, having a very interesting time in their life. I'm hearing maybe for some of you guys, you're going through something similar. You're also at a place where a lot of things are changing, or you are reflecting and, yeah, questioning your life as well. So, having said that, I would like to continue now. And let's get some more information about who your future spouse is. This is definitely related to what they are going through right now. But let's get a bigger picture. Let's see who they are, you know? And any information which is happy to come through, we will definitely invite. So let me see, which card deck should I use? Okay. So for my dear pile 1, for my beautiful pile 1, let's see. Who will you marry? Who is your future spouse? Okay. For my dear pile 1, who will you marry? Ooh. Okay. So the first card we have is the 5 of Cups. Who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? We have the Star card. Ace of Swords. Seven of Pentacles. The Hanged Man. The Hierophant. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, but it feels just so great to, yeah, to work with tarot cards again. Oh my goodness. I hope I will never have to not connect with this for, yeah, a long time again. But family comes first, right? So let's get you guys one more card. All right, my dear. So we have the Three of Pentacles. And at the back of the deck, we have the Eight of Pentacles here. Let me see. Yeah, everything is also visible. Okay. So, my dear pile 1, let me start straight away. First of all, what I would like to say is that your future spouse is definitely the kind of person who, when they start something, whether it's work related, okay? Let's say a project or a business, or it could be a relationship or a friendship, it doesn't matter. Whenever your future spouse starts something, they go all in. They either do something wholeheartedly with like all they have, or they don't do it at all. So this person, and I do see here why there has to be maybe a certain balance that is needed, okay? But this is just who they have always been. I really feel like because of life and life circumstances, this could also be something that has, a kind of habit, or a kind of, way that they just are. This could have been coming from their early years as well, but I really feel like this person is someone who they just want to always do their best, no matter what. Even if it means that sometimes they have to sacrifice their needs, or their sleep, their time, maybe even their health at times in the past, okay? But they were willing to do so. So as an example, if a friend asks them for help, for support, then this person will just do everything they can, okay? Because this is who they are. They do have some, okay, this, I don't think this is the right word, but this just came in my mind. I don't have any other way to explain it, but it's not that. But what I heard was kind of like they have self-sacrificing tendencies, but let me explain. So what I mean with that is, if they feel like, or if they know they have to do something for someone, as an example, let's just say their partner asks them for help, and this person is willing to do whatever it takes to help, especially people they love and care about, even if it comes to their expense. I think you know what I mean. Like, even if they are the one who may suffer from it, still they prioritize their loved ones much more than themselves. And I really feel like we have talked about this change and this awakening that will happen in their life, right? This awakening will definitely bring also a change when it comes to that, because they will understand, of course, we have our loved ones and we would do anything for them. And that's just such a wonderful thing. But that doesn't mean that we should destroy ourselves in the process, There is also this self-respect that we have to always keep in mind, and always make sure that no matter what we do, even if it's for the good, that our self-worth is not forgotten. And this is something they will definitely, understand more and more. Don't understand me wrong. It's not like this person doesn't love themselves. They do. But it's just that sometimes they love others more, and because of that, they're willing to just, do whatever it takes. But that's something that they will have a shift of perspective for, like perspective. They will have this shift of perspective here. And it's always, once again, it's connecting to the self, but in a much more spiritual way. I really feel like this person is going to go through major, like, spiritual, lessons, okay? Yes, this is now connected to the future, but this is already something that I'm seeing here, and this will make the big difference for them. They are a wise person, but they will definitely grow into a much more wiser person in the future here. So let's move on. Let's continue. Let's see what I can get some more regarding who you will marry, who's your future spouse. Now, also another thing, and it really reminds me of this card, not in the energy, but in the message that I actually got from it. I talked about the fact that this is the kind of relationship in which clarity will be a big thing. You guys know what you can expect from the other, where your relationship is heading towards, what's happening. And a big reason for that as well is, of course, because both people are willing to put the energy into it, right? And it's important to understand that this is someone who is very honest, someone who is very clear as well in their behavior and in their actions. They will always let you know, where they're coming from, where they stand, where you stand, where the relationship stands, and so on. And because they're so transparent and so honest, there is also a great communication, because both of you guys are also receptive to that, I'm seeing. So great communication is a big, big factor here, which is also a big reason for the foundation that you guys are going to build, which is going to be very, very strong and powerful. It's not like a misunderstanding can come between you guys or a comment or whatever. No. You guys are very quick to discuss it or to reach out to your partner, and this will definitely help you guys to, not get stuck into those misunderstandings that may happen, in relationships, of course. Another thing which I really find interesting here is that this person is very well connected to their inner child. And as this person will go through this roller coaster that I've talked about, the connection will definitely increase much more. But there are certain characteristics that this person has, which are definitely coming back to this, little person, this little child that they once were. I really feel like this person is also someone who's very good with children. They respect children big, big time. This is not the kind of person who thinks just because a child is weaker than them or just because they are an adult that the child is, inferior, or they can just put their power or overpower, No. They have a lot of respect because they understand that in every life stage, there is this intelligence and there is this wonderful potential that a human being has. And I really feel like this person loves to spend time with children. For some of you guys, if you would want to have children as well with this little boy right there, then this is definitely someone who's open for that and would also want that, okay? But of course, take it how it resonates because it's a general reading. Another thing I'm seeing here, my dear pile one, when we talk about partnerships in the sense of, like, let's say work related or team related friendships as well, this is a team player. This is someone who's really good with people. They are extroverted as well, I feel like. This is someone who loves to spend time with others, someone who loves to be surrounded, by other people. So that's another thing I'm seeing here. I do feel like the awakening that they will go through will definitely also take them to a little bit of a hermit mode because of the reflection which is needed. And it just, yeah, they're just gonna find this need to just come back to themselves. And maybe, you know, they could have a phase in which they will not be as outgoing as they maybe are normally. But normally speaking, they're definitely very, very eager, you know, and they could even be the life of the party, or just someone who loves to always make new connections and so on. And you know why they also love to be a team player, or let me put it that way, why they love to be surrounded by others? It's because they just know how to have those relationships, you know? They are very knowledgeable. Like, they know how to have great friendships and maintain a great relationship in general. And this is why they always seek people, so yeah, they can build those, you know? I also feel like this is someone who's very receptive, like, to criticism. This person's not gonna think that they are superior, or they can't have mistakes, you know. In fact, I really feel like this is someone who wants to who become a better person, you know, or become a better version of themselves. This phase, okay, which they will go through, the awakening, will definitely be a huge part and help them towards becoming the greatest version even more. But this person has always like had an open ear, you know, for improvement. And I really feel like people feel comfortable around them. Also, with the Seven of Pentacles being here, I really feel like this is someone who is a very patient person. So they're not pushy or anything. I really feel like, you know, whenever you need some time for something, they will be very understanding. So, as an example, maybe some of you guys need some time to think, okay, about whether you will want to be in a relationship with them. They will be very understanding. They will give you the time, you know, they are not going to push you, or they're not going to pressure you into something. For them, it is very natural that we take our time whenever we want to make a major decision, right? And it's even better so. It's good when we take a decision at a time where we feel comfortable to do so, because we have thought it through and we just feel like, yeah, it's the right time. So for them, I feel like patience is very essential. I know a lot of people may see patience not like that, you know. For them, being patient may be something very annoying, and it's very often something that people associate a little bit negatively with, right? But it's very interesting that this person, they see the potential patience has, you know. That's very interesting. Like, I feel like this person sees a lot of things differently because of their experience in life. You know, I talked about the fact that not everything is only black, not everything is only white. You know, there's good and bad in everything, right? And I really feel like this person is coming to this understanding more and more. Duality. They're really starting to understand that, especially once again when they will go through this major shift. But it's all about balance. Balance, 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 right? Now, let me see. I would like to get more information regarding who your future spouse is. Let me see. I will get you 3 oracle cards. For my dear pile 1, Who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? Let's see. Oh, okay. So the first card we have is reveal what needs to be seen. All right, let's continue. Think it through. That's very interesting. Okay, no, let me get the last card and then I'm gonna start. One more card, please. Who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? All right, and we have breathe. Breathe through the tension. All right, so first of all, I talked about the fact that this is someone who's very patient and they see the beauty in it, right? And we also got the think it through card, which is right next to the Seven of Pentacles, which actually gave me this impression. I really feel like this is the kind of person, my dear, who really thinks through, like for them, they're not very that like impulsive or spontaneous. Like, I really feel like this person, when they go about something, they really think everything, like every step or the way towards it. Like, it's important that they have kind of figured everything out. And I do feel like this is someone who's very often in the head, like in the mind, someone who may even overthink it from like tendencies. However, I feel like this could be something that, once again, I've talked about the imbalance. I feel like sometimes they may have been too much in the headspace, and when they will go through this transformation, they will bring a lot of soothing energy when it comes to that. They will not see their mind as an enemy anymore, which constantly needs to be awake and overthinking, thinking about the worst case scenarios and so on. Like, a lot of us may have those patterns, right? They will really understand that their mind has a lot of power, and it's very important, actually, what we feed it with and how we entertain it. But generally speaking, this is definitely someone who likes to think things through. Like literally how the card is saying it. Like, there is no more to say about that. It's literally this. I really, really feel that strongly coming through. Another thing, by the way, if we talk about stress situations or, like challenging times, I really feel like this is someone who keeps their cool mind, This is not the kind of person who will break under pressure. In fact, I really feel like this is someone who can beautifully work under pressure or under stress, Maybe because of experiences. Maybe this person has had some experiences in which it was necessary. Like kind of those people who need to study last minute because only with stress and pressure they can study the best and they can memorize or learn the best. It's a little bit the same thing here, but not in like study aspect, but like generally speaking. If there is some kind of pressure, they can deal with it. They know how to go about it. It won't distress them, they know how to work with that. I hope you guys understand what I mean. Let me see. And if not, let me know in the comment section below. I will do my best to like explain it differently. Let's see. Okay. There is one message coming through again, which I already mentioned, but I guess there is some kind of importance around it because, yeah, I should repeat it. So maybe someone watching this, that's a characteristic or a personality trait which is very, very important to you. Once again, I'm seeing that your person is a very transparent one and they're very, very honest. So what you see is what you get. Maybe some of you guys were involved with people in the past. Doesn't necessarily need to be romantically speaking, but of course could be, but could also be any kind of like other relationships. Maybe some people have not been very honest with you, or they kept some secrets from you, right? And I really feel like because of that, it's even more important for you to know the other person is honest in their approach, or generally speaking. And that's definitely something that you can get with this person here. And you know what's also very comforting with this person? Whenever there's something bothering you, you always know that you can approach them. And that's very, very important, because maybe some people in relationships, they have a lot to say, but for some reason they feel like they can't talk about it with their partner, or they can't approach their partner. That's not what I'm seeing here. And I really feel like, once again, it also comes down to the foundation that I talked about. These are the kind of traits or characteristics which are very, very important to build firm foundations, right? Because it's very often like it's the small things that are the most important, and being able to reach your partner no matter what, and be able to talk with them about whatever, it's like bothering you. That's such an important thing that maybe sometimes people don't really give a lot of importance to, but it is. Because once again, this is where great communication comes through, and also misunderstandings, don't have a lot of room to flourish in this kind of environment. Okay, now I would like to get some information, some more regarding your guys' relationship, okay? What do you need to know about the relationship that you're gonna have as, each other's spouse? Let me see. All right, so for my dear pile 1, let's look into the relationship that you're gonna have with your spouse. What do you need to know about this? What do you need to know about your guys' relationship? Yeah, you know what I just heard? Trust. Trust is gonna be the most important aspect. And of course, trust is the most important aspect, or one, okay? Not the most. There are definitely a variety of important traits, but one of them always is trust. But in your relationship, okay, especially, there is some kind of importance around it. So it could definitely be the case that one of you guys, or both of you guys, have had those experiences in which someone took advantage of your trust, someone, betrayed to you this kind of energy, and therefore it's even more important, when it comes to this. But let's see, for my dear pile 1, your relationship, too many cards, your relationship with your future spouse. Let's see, what can we get about it? Okay, the first card we have is a Nine of Swords. We have the Fool card. For my dear pile 1, we got the Page of Wands. The Four of Swords. All right, let me make sure. Yes, okay. Interesting, we got the Ten of Wands and the Tower card. And I really feel like putting them here together because their energy is connected. Like, yeah, definitely. We have the Two of Wands. All right, and we have the Death card and the Four of Pentacles. Three of Wands at the back of the deck. All right, my dear. Okay. So, let me start with that. Let me start with the first message that I received when it comes to your relationship, okay? I really feel like for some reason, when it comes to this relationship, you will have felt as if you were taking a leap of faith. Now, it could be the case that the kind of circumstance you will be in at the time that you choose to, like officially be with your future spouse, like marry them, maybe there's going to be something that, let me see. I was about to say is uncertain, but I don't know whether this is the right word. Now, let me explain it that way. This is how it feels like. It's kind of like, this is the right thing to do, and this is what you want to do, right? But at the same time, there is something in the background trying to get your attention. So it could be the case that at the time, let's say, you choose to marry this person, there's going to be something with your career that's just, or that, takes a lot of attention and energy from you. Or maybe there is some kind of life decision in general that you want to do besides, marriage, that's still lingering around and that you still need to figure out. It's kind of like there's also something else, that's going to be very, very important. Some kind of decision making. It has nothing to do with your future spouse. It has nothing to do with you guys' relationship. It's something different, But it's also in this energy because obviously I'm also looking into, the energy of this, and I really feel like at the time, it's all about the timing, You will also have something else. But it's something positive, I feel like, or at least the decision you're gonna make has a positive impact. Let me put it that way. So if you're gonna have to make a decision, you're gonna make it in a way that, you will have done the right thing for yourself, and you will have brought, a lot of positive energy towards you. And maybe once again, that's interesting, the element of patience is coming through as well. Maybe your future spouse will say, maybe they will once again make you understand it, that patience is such a beautiful thing as well, because it has a lot of potential that we can bring out of it, and maybe they're going to teach you that with this decision, it's okay to be patient, it's okay to take your time. Let me see. Another thing, that's also very interesting. I'm seeing that one of you guys is going to make the other person very, very creative. That's something I heard. So it could be the case that one of you guys is very creative, and somehow this creative energy that you have through your career or through your own personal life, maybe hobbies, activities, creative activities that you like to do. I really feel like this person's gonna put it also in the other person's kind of life, and it's gonna make everything more colorful. Now the energies are not showing me who's who, whether you are the more creative person or them, but all you need to know is that the creative energy is gonna have such a beautiful impact on both of you guys' life. But I feel like one of you guys is gonna bring this energy into their relationship, and it's gonna catch fire, with the other one, so to speak. I'm seeing a lot of excitement, a lot of passion. It could be the case that this beautiful energy is gonna reconnect you guys with things that you love, things that you're passionate about, to do together. Because this is partnership energy. I'm talking about, activities or just in general enjoyments that both of you guys are gonna be able to do together, okay? It's also very interesting to me here that, especially for those of you guys who may have a hard time with this, the changes that are going to come your way because of your future spouse and because of this relationship are going to be very easy to adapt to. For example, for some of you guys, or generally speaking, for some people, it could be the case that, getting married and all the changes that come with that, it could also be a little bit burdensome or a little bit difficult, right? It's not always easy. It's a new chapter in your life, and it also has its ups and downs. But I really feel like, especially if you feel always that like changes, have like are not easy to, yeah, get used to, this is definitely a change which will be easier for you, okay? Even for those of you guys who may have always a very, very hard time with this. Let me see. Another thing, my dear. Okay, no, let me first say that this is gonna be a relationship in which both of you guys are gonna feel extremely safe, extremely secure, grounded, okay? Like earth energy here. It's almost like the other person is going to be a little bit like your safe space or place. I'm looking at the Four of Pentacles, and you can see it's almost like this girl is in a cocoon, she's like embraced by those wings, and she's safe. She's safe in the middle, and it has something very comforting, like comforting. I'm so sorry. Comforting, and also generally speaking with the Four of Pentacles energy, I really feel like, you're gonna feel very secure with your partner. Another thing I would like to mention here as well, my dear, I really feel like no matter what you guys are gonna experience with each other, you always are gonna find a way back. Always. No matter how cloudly it may get, or how bad the storm is gonna be, you guys are gonna always find security in the other, and you're always gonna feel support, and together you can also go through the worst storms with each other. And once again, I have to repeat myself, a big reason for that is the trust we've talked about. I'm wondering why there's so much emphasis on that, I really feel like for some of you there is a reason for that, and even if you haven't, or even if you have met a lot of people in your life who took advantage of you or have made you regret trusting, okay? There are also good people out there. Not everyone is like the worst person that you've met. And I really feel like it's important for me to mention this here as well. That just because you have met people who didn't deserve your trust, that doesn't mean that there are no people out there who do. Okay? Now, I also would like, my dear, to get you some cards with just any messages which are meant for you to know, okay? Regarding you, them, your relationship, any information. Could be first impression, could be timing, could be, I don't know, whatever, okay? Just anything. I really feel like it's important to open the space for this because there are some messages which really need, yeah, to find their way towards you. So, for my dear pile one, any messages which are meant for you to know regarding your person, this relationship, the path towards each other, whatever it may be. What do you need to know? What do you need to know? We have the Judgment card and we have the Ten of Pentacles. The Nine of Wands. All right. The Seven of Swords. The Sun. Eight of Wands. The Hermit. Too many? Only one, please. And we have the Tower. At the back of the deck, we have the Knight of Wands. All right, my dear pile one. So let's see what extra messages we have for you regarding this. So let me start with that. Okay. I'm getting here something regarding your future spouse. This is something regarding them. Okay. So one thing I would like to mention here, what you need also to know about them, is that your future spouse, I talked about them, always giving their best, right? Especially to people that they love and care about. But I'm also seeing that your future spouse is someone who could be very easy when it comes to forgiving. And that's actually there is a reason for this, because I just feel like this person, they ain't got no time for holding grudges or drama. This is not the kind of person. They really feel like they could put their energy into greater things, better things that will work out for them. And they're not the kind of drama person. However, I feel like because of this tendency that they have, because they always just forgive everyone and look past maybe negative things that have come up, they may sometimes not see the real motives of someone. Maybe your future spouse always sees the best, or even if they've seen negative patterns in someone, they just look at beyond it, they don't care, as long as it's out of the world. But this may have cost them coming across people who didn't have a lot of good intentions towards them. And they may have not thrown them out of their life, because once again, this person, they don't have time for drama. So I feel like maybe this person has some sneaky people around in their circle, and they may not know it. However, this is where you come through. I really feel like you're gonna kind of a little bit open your future spouse's eyes to that. That yes, it's great to be a good person. It's great to be forgiving and to give people second, third, or fourth chances, kind of. But at one point, it's also okay to just leave them or separate, because they're just not genuine, or they're just not the kind of person that they deserve, like deserve to be around them. And I see that you will open your future spouse's eyes to that. You will help them with releasing people who just, yeah, don't deserve your future spouse, okay? It could be friendships, could be even like family members or some colleagues, someone who is just trying to get. Someone who likes to use people. Your future spouse could have a person like that somewhere in their circle, I'm seeing. Okay, that's interesting. This could be a warning to you. This could be so you are, aware of it when the time comes, and you can make your future spouse aware of it, okay? Another thing, my dear, speaking of circle, I really feel like your future spouse is someone who has a big friendship group, okay? And they may have a lot of different friends. Like, when you see them, you may even think, like, how is it possible that you're friends with this person? And not that, you think the future spouse is better than anyone. No, that's not what I mean. But it's kind of like, how can someone like that get along with someone like that? Like people who may come from a lot of like different perspectives or different ways, and it's kind of like very colorful, I'm hearing. But that's actually what makes it beautiful. The more color, the better. The more differences, the more there is to explore, there is to share. There is so much potential, And I really do feel exactly that your future spouse has a lot of friends who are very different for them. Very different from them. And yeah, that has actually brought a lot of great memories and great energy into their life. I also feel like you're going to get along with their friends pretty well, because you yourself are someone who's very accepting, someone who's very open-minded. Let me see. Okay, I'm getting a message here for those of you guys who may sometimes worry about the meeting. You may sometimes stress about it a lot or be a little bit insecure. Maybe you sometimes think, what if I miss this person? What if you don't meet? What if? Let me tell you that trust, okay? Trust that the energies, your spirit guides, whatever it is that you believe in, they will guide you towards each other. And that what is meant for you will come through. It's almost like I'm seeing two paths, okay? They're being guided, and at the end they will meet. It's kind of this energy. So you don't need to worry about that. You really don't. Although for some of you guys, it could be the case that you will meet your future spouse unexpectedly. You will not expect maybe meeting them at the certain time or at that day, at that event, whatever it may be. Meeting someone like a potential partner could be the last thing you will have in mind at that time. There's the death card as well, once again. There is one thing I would like to mention here. Listen to your intuition. Your intuition, generally speaking, in your life is always going to give you hints. You're going to feel sensations and so on when it comes to what may be the right thing for you or what is calling you. And I really feel like at the time that you will meet your future spouse, your intuition is going to be a big part of your life. Because maybe you're going to be on a crossroad, or maybe you are going to be at a place in which there is a lot happening, or you may be a little bit like unsure about where to go, what to do. This is a message from your spirit guides. Listen to your inner voice. It will guide you. That's something I heard. Okay? So for someone out there, their spirit guides are coming through with this. Maybe when the time comes, you will understand, okay, why this is coming through. But I really feel like it's important here. Understand that your intuition is a superpower. Literally. It really is, okay? So my dear pile 1, this is all I have for you for today. My dear, please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading. And very important, if you have any more suggestions, my dear, please feel free to let me know in the comment section below. I'm very eager to know what kind of readings you would like to get in the future. And yeah, my dear, once again, also, if you haven't subscribed yet, I invite you to do so. If you do, please don't forget to hit the bell, because otherwise you may not even get notification when I upload and you pick a card or candle wax reading. Also, my dear, if you're curious or interested in a personal reading with me and you would like to get further information regarding one, as always, you can feel free to email me. Lastly, my dear, if you would also like to connect with me more on Instagram, I invite you there as well. You will find my Instagram link in the description box. My dear pile 1, from the bottom of my heart, I'm sending you much love and much positive energy. And I hope you're having a beautiful day, or of course a beautiful evening, depending on where you are right now. But yeah, my dear pile 1, take care, my love. Hey pal 2, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see, who will you marry, who's your future spouse? So first of all, my dear, I would like to say something, a message that I'm receiving from this card, because today I really feel like also the card selections, they also have a message for every each pile. And with this card coming through, my attention is being brought immediately to the two hands connecting. And as we can see, there is green light, almost like, circling their hands, and green light for me is definitely referring here to the heart space, to the heart chakra. And I really feel like, just generally speaking, you guys are gonna definitely from the beginning have feelings for each other. This doesn't feel like one of you guys is gonna be interested in the other, but the other doesn't really have the same feelings, okay? I really feel like both of you guys are coming through with the same mutual energy here, and you will both be in love. Okay, so this doesn't feel like, as an example, a friendship in which one person starts to, have feelings for the other, but the other is not responding to that. No, I really feel like you also see, I know this woman is like shorter than the man, but it's all about the eye contact, like it really says more than 1,000 words. And they're seeing eye to eye, they're sharing the same, they want the same. And I really feel like this is the energy that's present from the beginning when it comes to your relationship. So honestly speaking, it could even be the case that none of you guys tell the other like how you feel, because both of you guys are gonna know. You don't need to, as an example, like while you're dating, tell the other person that you love each other, because both of you guys know. You sense it, you, like, sometimes there is no need for words, because the energy and the connection itself just says it all, and that's really the same with you guys. You guys are gonna fall in love from the beginning, like big time. You're gonna be very committed as well. That's something I want to also emphasize here. Also, looking at this beautiful card, I know about you guys, but it's almost like they're in their own little world, in their own little bubble. I really feel like when you and your future spouse spend time with each other, you don't really mind, or you don't really care, anymore when it comes to the outside world, because all that matters is you guys together. This could be a sensation which will be especially there and present when you guys are in the honeymoon phase or in the beginning of your relationship, okay? Where everything is super, super new and high and exciting. But I really feel like when you both are alone, there's this tendency to fall into your own world. And that's actually such a beautiful thing, because it feels like a safe place, if you understand what I mean. All right. So I would say let's start straight away. Before we, do tarot, I really would like to get some oracle cards when it comes to your future spouse, and what kind of archetypes your future spouse carries. So let's see, who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? For my dear pile 2. For my dear pile 2, who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? All right, let's see. Okay, one card turned over immediately. So we have the Mystic. Okay, so let's see. Let's continue. Too many cards. I only would like to take 3. We have the Thief archetype. Interesting. And let's get you one more. Okay. Well, I'm just going to take both of them because I feel like they're connected. So they're coming through together. We have the Trickster and the Child Divine. Now let me make sure you can see all the cards. All right, okay. So my dear pile 2, there's one thing I would like to mention here. Actually, it doesn't surprise me because it really comes through in the energy of your reading. It also comes through in the previous messages for me. I really feel like you and your future spouse, it's not, like just a common relationship. This really feels like a spiritual connection to me. Both of you guys have decided to go for this union, in this lifetime. And there is a lot that you guys are going to experience, learn from each other, from, being together. And also with the Harmony card being here, it's just, this is a spiritual connection for me. There's just something about you guys coming together for a mission, okay? And this mission definitely goes beyond your relationship. It could be the case that you and your future spouse are gonna somehow help others. But there is really a bigger picture, your relationship is gonna not only bring so much love to you and to your future spouse, but you are gonna share a lot of love with others as well. I really feel like for a lot of you guys, you may have never had such a intimate and strong relationship. Like, even if some of you guys have had relationships in the past, this doesn't feel like that. This one, okay, with your future spouse is gonna be extremely intense, very, very different, and it's almost like all your senses are gonna be aware of it. You're just gonna know, it's this kind of sensation. You're gonna know that your future spouse is the one. That's what I heard. What I also find very interesting here is that for some reason, it could be the case that some of you guys are a little bit cautious or a little bit guarded. Well, this energy can very well be there because of obviously past experiences, right? When we have had negative experiences, we tend to protect ourselves, right, in the future so we don't find ourselves in some kind of a similar situation. This can very well be romantically, but it can also just be in generally speaking. However, what I'm feeling here is that, with the thief being here, that's really like I have to look at the illustration. You can see there is this heart right there, right? It's almost like this thief is gonna steal your heart. And I know it sounds very cheesy, but it's exactly the kind of message that I'm actually receiving here. I really feel like there is no other way, even if you're trying to resist out of fear, you will choose to, yeah, let love guide you, and not your fear. And your future spouse will be able to, yeah, catch your heart, in a positive way, in a very respectful way. And yeah, it could even be the case that you're gonna be pretty surprised, of how easy it's gonna be for them to do so. Because, hey, maybe for some of you guys, you're very hard to get, or you just don't open up to just anyone. And it really takes, a tough person to crack you open. And I really feel like your future spouse is gonna be the one who is gonna accomplish that, and they deserve it, and you deserve it as well. You both of you guys deserve this union. And I really feel like with this union, you're gonna be able to bring light to those aspects of your energy, okay, regarding romance, which have been pretty dark, or there hasn't been light going to for a very long time. It's almost like the darkness is going to go away and the light is coming through here. I know whether some of you guys have been single for quite some time because you've had some negative experiences, or because it's very difficult for you to trust or to go be in a relationship. It's just that I really see you glowing, okay? Because you deserve it. This is not only about them, but this is also about you. Know that you deserve this. Absolutely, without a doubt. Now let me see. Okay. Another thing, I've talked now a lot about your guys' relationship, but we want to look into who you will marry, right? We want some informations regarding who your future spouse is. Now, let me start with that. First of all, it's very important to know that I feel like something about your future spouse is going to be very unconventional. Something about them, it could be the case for some of you guys, maybe they are very different from the types you have had in the past. They're gonna be very different from your ex, or maybe it's something in their behavior, maybe even where they're coming from. They could be very, very different from you, okay? That's the first thing I would like to mention here. However, this is definitely a big reason why they excite you, because they are new, their energy is new. And I really feel like this is what you guys need. You may be bored with people around you. You may be bored with the kind of relationships you may have had in the past. with the same kind of energies or people. And now this person's coming through with this vivid energy, you know, full of excitement and newness. And there is so much to explore because they're different, you know, in their approach. And I really feel like that's what you need. That's what's actually going to make you excited about love again and about yourself as well. Because love is not only about, you know, other people, it's also about us, you know. I mean, it always starts with ourselves. And I am just seeing you here so different from maybe where you are right now, because it almost feels like you're being awakened to your senses, you're being awakened to the excitement of life. So I don't know, maybe some of you guys have been feeling a little bit stuck, okay? Or maybe your life seemed very mundane, like very gray, you know, no colors for some reason. Maybe you felt like you were stuck in a phase, even maybe in your love life. And I really see that here's a lot of colors, you know, a lot of colors are coming into your life here. What I really like about this spread as well is this last card, the Child Divine, because this is a very, very special card and it doesn't really come through very often. And when it comes, that's a big, big, big sign, all right? And let me just tell you that your future spouse definitely has a very, very kind heart. They are a very pure soul, you know. This is not the kind of person who has alternative motives or wants to see people under them, like, I'm sorry, below them, you know. They don't get happy when they see others doing worse than them. No, this is the kind of person who would like to spread their energy, spread their joy with the world and see everyone thrive. You know, some people don't like to see others thrive because they feel like it will take greatness away from them. This is not the kind of person. I really feel like your future spouse is someone who loves to connect, who loves to share, to give, okay? This is a giver. And it all comes from the heart space. You know, the same way a child is very enthusiastic or very happy and they go to their parents, they want to talk about all the cool things that they've experienced in, let's say, kindergarten or in school, right? Like this excitement of a child, it's really coming through here. It's something very beautiful. Unfortunately, the kind of world we're living in, it almost kills this childlike sensation, you know, that we all have. Because at one point in our life, we are hit with so many like responsibilities, and we hear that, you know, like being carefree is bad and we have to be serious, you know, and so on. But there needs to be a balance. And I really feel like this is the kind of sunshine which is contagious. This person makes others happy. This person makes themselves happy, which is very, very important. They don't rely on someone else. Because people come and go. But at the end of the day, who will stay is you yourself. And it's your own responsibility to, make yourself happy. And I really feel like this is something this person has understood. Now let's continue. I would like to get you now tarot cards, and let's see, who will you marry, my dear pal 2? Who is your future spouse? Oops. Who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? The the first card we have is the Eight of Wands. Oh my goodness. Way too many cards. Give me a second, please. All right, let's continue. We have the Page of Pentacles. The Seven of Swords. Who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? One card. The Five of Swords. Four of Cups. The Page of Swords. The Emperor. Let's get you one last card, my dear pal, too. And we have the Two of Swords. At the back of the deck, we have the Justice card. All right, let me see. Yes, everything also looks visible. Okay, so my dear pal 2, who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? First of all, there's one thing I would like to mention regarding their appearance. I really feel like your future spouse looks younger than they are. So it really doesn't matter, okay, what kind of age we're talking about. Whatever their age is, they look younger than that. And I really feel like a reason for that is because, once again, they have this aura, they have this energy, which has this very innocent touch to it. You know, we talked about the Child Divine card. For some reason, I really feel like I need to put it here. It's one major energy for your future spouse, for sure. And it's coming through. Like, even if you don't know them, you catch this. You understand that there is something within them, you know, which, has this essence. It's very important, though, to say that just because there's this Child Divine card here, or just because I'm getting this energy, that doesn't mean that this is not like someone who's not mature. Because, you know, very often people think if people have some kind of childlike qualities that they aren't like mature, which absolutely has nothing to do with it, you know. And also with the Emperor being here, this is definitely someone who is very mature, and they know who they are, you know. They know where they're coming from, where they're heading towards. They have had their life experiences, and in fact, a big reason why this person is like this, why they hold on into their gentle side, is because they've seen life and they have seen the struggles and the difficulties. However, those struggles were not able to turn this light off, okay? They definitely would not allow it, because they know how precious it is when you have a pure heart or a gentle soul and you go through this world. Because it's very different, it's very difficult to maintain that. So for them, it's a privilege to have this. They see strength in gentleness. They see strength in vulnerability, and it's literally what maybe society tells us the complete opposite, right? And that's such a toxic thing from the beginning. But this person they have seen through it. They understand that being vulnerable doesn't mean that you're weak. It actually means that you're strong, because it's so difficult to be vulnerable. You know, it shows how much strength you have. And in a world where there's so many like cold hearts, having a warm and gentle beating heart is a treasure. So yeah, I really feel like I hope you guys have now got a glimpse of the kind of energy your future spouse is carrying. It's gold. Really. There's one word I have in mind, and it's like a heart of gold. Now, let's continue. So, what can we get some more? Who will you marry? So, I would like to also talk about the Justice card here because the Justice card is the overall energy. I really feel like your future spouse has a very great sense of justice. This is literally what the card is like, the only message the Justice card is giving me right now. This is a very fair person, and I really feel like it triggers them when they see some kind of injustice or when they see someone being treated unfairly. It definitely doesn't make them cold, like they have to act, or they're very quick to respond. You know, this is not someone who will just look at someone suffering. No, they're definitely very quick to action. And I feel like this is a quality that you're really gonna love about your future spouse, that they're so strong in their beliefs and in their morals, no matter what. Even if it's a very weird circumstance, or even if others may not be courageous enough to speak up, your future spouse will always, because this is who they are. Their belief, okay, to always help people in in need, especially people who are treated unfairly, they will go into motion, all right? But once again, you're gonna find it very attractive. That's something which is coming through over and over again. It's really gonna please you. And by the way, not only that, I really feel like your future spouse is also someone who's very protective. Another quality I feel like a lot of you guys are gonna very much appreciate. Support, 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 I'm hearing. Okay. Your future spouse, my dear pal, too, is someone who can't get manipulated that easily, okay? This person, once again, they are someone who has had a lot of experience in life. They have also met a lot of different people, gone through a lot of different circumstances, and through that, they have gathered a lot of skills, right? And one of them for sure is almost like a human, like a lie detector, or like they are very, very good in sensing people's energy. And I really feel like this person sees through the illusions, through the Maya. They see through the deception, with the Seven of Swords being here as well. There could have been some sharp swords in their life at one point, trying to stab them, but they didn't allow that. Okay, look at this. There's this dragon which is in control. The dragon has its tail encircling those swords, right? And even if your future spouse, as an example, sometimes may come off as like silent, or they don't really say much about a topic, let me tell you, they are paying attention, okay? They don't need to be loud. Power doesn't have to be loud. Confidence doesn't have to be loud. Strength doesn't have to be loud. It's all about the details. It's all about the skill set, and your future spouse really has that. I really feel like they know, you know? There's no other way to say it. Even if someone thinks, yeah, they were able to fake something, your future spouse, let me tell you, they know that this person is pretending, or this person is trying to lie about something, because they sense it. Once again, a very, very great sense of, what do you call that even? I said lie detector, but I just feel like they are really good at sensing energies. You know, sometimes we may see someone like smiling at us, but we may feel like this smile is absolutely not genuine, or this smile is not reaching their eyes. You know, we're getting those vibes. And this is who they are as well. They feel this. So, yeah, that's definitely a great trait to have. I really feel like it's gonna come handy. Like, you are gonna take advantage of this beautiful skill and gift for sure. Okay. Now, let me see. Yeah, I really feel like a big reason is because this person has come across people who have stabbed them in the back. Okay, you can see, like, I talked about the sword, right? And then we have this person, you know, holding a sword, about to stab this person right there. This comes from experience. They've learned from life and they're wiser than they were yesterday. Also, with the Two of Swords being here, they could have been in, you know, situations in which they were really confused, just very insecure, but look at where they are right now. It's almost like we have this side-by-side comparison. Here we have this woman. This looks like a throne, right? And this looks like a throne to me as well. It's a very, very similar illustration, just there is a woman here, there is a man here. Also, of course, the background is a little bit different, but both of them are sitting here. And as you can see, this woman is holding her hands, looking very insecure, almost trying to suit herself. And then we have the emperor here, who's like very big in their approach, like very confident. And you see they have their weapon in their hand, which is like on fire. You know, they know who they are, they're ready. And it definitely took a journey to come there, because this is where they started. But they can be so proud of themselves because it's all them. They have worked their way there, okay? At one point in a relationship, especially when you guys obviously are going to get to know each other, they will share with you these experiences that have really shaped them. And I really feel like after they have told you what they have experienced, you're going to understand them way more. You're going to understand why they have those certain traits, why they behave in certain ways. It all comes back from their past. But at the same time, I'm feeling this extremely, like, a level of pride, and like you're gonna be so proud of them, of how far they've come. Like, no matter how often life has put those swords in front of them, they always manage to move on. Also, I really feel like this is someone who likes to do things slow and steady. Someone who, if we talk perhaps about their approach, okay, in the relationship, they want to take their time so you guys can, yeah, both be growing this very firm foundation. So your relationship is built on something that's not easily broken, you know? I mean, just think of maybe a building. Of course, you need to make sure when you build a building that the first floors are very, very like strong and firm, right? A great foundation so you can build on it and you know it won't collapse. They also see relationships like that. they take their time. They think that if you maybe go too fast, the building may crush because the foundation was not secure enough, okay? This is the kind of approach they have. They take relationships very serious. Another thing. That's interesting. This is also the kind of person who, like, they don't have problem with staying single, okay? If they feel like it just doesn't work out. This is interesting. I have had this message coming through in a reading once, and I don't know why I remember this like very randomly. Maybe some of you guys have watched this reading and you know what I'm talking about, and this is your confirmation, but you know, I'm getting the same message. I really feel like this is the kind of person who would rather be by themselves than have wrong company. They don't feel like they need someone, okay? If it just doesn't match. Because some people, you know, they don't care, which of course, I mean, we have free will and we can do whatever we want to do. It's our choice. It's our life, right? So as an example, there are people who don't really care about this. You know, they just want to be in a relationship because they could have a hard time being single. You know, they just need this. They need this, like, relationship union, even though they may feel like the person they're with is not really the, like, right person. They don't care as long as they have someone. There are these kind of people, right? But then there are also other people who will only get involved with someone if they're 100% sure it matches. And if it doesn't match, then they would rather be single by themselves. And this is who your future spouse is. So, you know, I really feel like your future spouse, like, they just don't want to waste time. They want to make sure that when they invest in a relationship, it's a real thing. All right? Once again, I really feel like this person they're very mature, and you know, when they start something, they want it to be I heard not a waste of time. This is what they say. Now that's very interesting. I think it's coming through this way because maybe in the past this person has had relationships which now they feel like was a waste of time, and they don't want to repeat this, okay? Okay, I heard this mistake. So this person has had some relationships which they see as a mistake, but not like, yes, it's a mistake for them, but at the same time, it's also a lesson. So they don't regret it. Okay, that's interesting. Like, they don't regret it, but they still see it as a mistake. Because at one hand, it has taught them a lot about themselves, about relationships, once again, about other people as well. But on the other hand, I feel like this person wants to know when they invest their energy, it's invested smartly, you know. Let me see. Okay, I would like to get more information regarding who your future spouse is. Let's get you some oracle cards, my dear pal, too. Okay, 2 cards fell. We have attend to the details, believe in your good luck. One more card. Okay. And we have step in your power. All right. Okay. So first of all, with this card being here, attend to the details. Once again, I told you guys that this is someone who's very observing and they understand the importance of details. What do I mean with that? I talked about the fact that this is someone who's very good at sensing BS, okay? Of sensing real motives of people. Now, for example, it could be the case that, let's just say they have a potential like partner, okay? Like I'm talking here career-wise. Let's just say there's a person that they would want to, make a deal with. Now, this person may come through as like very knowledgeable and the right person for the job and everything, but maybe they're constantly like playing with their hands or, their eyes. Like there's something about their eyes showing what's really going on within themselves, that they're really insecure. It's those small like details that this person always pays attention to. It could be the body language. It could be like the tone of the voice, maybe someone at the end of like their speech trembles a little bit while talking. Like this is just of course an example here, okay, with like the career related thing, but generally speaking, I really feel like this is an observer. This person just knows, okay? You can't hide away, like you can't lie to them. It just doesn't work. They will see right through it. I know I'm repeating myself here, but the energies are just, showing this once again. Someone who's detail oriented. This is such a beautiful card, the step into your power, the first quarter moon in Aries, because I really feel like this is who they are. They are in their power. They're making things happen for themselves. They know how it feels like to absolutely not be in your power, okay? There was a time in which they felt like life was hopeless, or they were the victim, they had this victim energy here. But what they have done is, no matter what the odds were, they gathered themselves and they didn't allow those negativities to break them down. They did whatever it took, and they reclaimed their power. Whoever, whatever it may have been that took their power away from them, they took it back. And believe me when I tell you that they will never ever allow anyone to take their power away from them anymore. And this is also, I feel like, a big reason why, coming back to the archetypes in the beginning of the reading, where I said that this is someone who likes to uplift people, this is someone who wants to share and motivate and inspire, because they know how it feels like to be powerless. And maybe this is also why they have the sense of like being fair, because maybe at some point they have been in a place where everything was really unfair and there was no one to help them. So now they are kind of the hero, you could say, that they would have wished to have, okay? But they've learned that it actually starts with you. You need to be the hero you are waiting for. And this is why they're trying to empower. So people come to that conclusion as well. That the person you're waiting for is actually yourself. The love you're craving, it starts with yourself. Yeah, let me see. So it could be the case that a lot of people think this person is lucky because, once again, they've started from zero to hero, right? I really feel like this suits this person. But they weren't lucky. Like, they have done it all themselves. Of course, people will always see the results, and when they hear where someone started, they think, wow, like life has been very great to them. Actually, life hasn't. It's just that this person they've worked, okay? They're, you know what, off, okay? And they've made it. That's just how it is, okay? Now, I would like to get more information, okay? More information regarding your future spouse and your relationship with each other. My dear pal 2, let's see. What do you need to know regarding the relationship between you and your future spouse? What do you need to know about your guys' relationship? One more shuffle. All right. The first card we have is the Knight of Swords. The Hierophant. Okay, the Queen of Cups fell. Another queen, the Queen of Wands. Your guys' relationship. Ooh. Okay, a lot of cards. But one card actually fell. Let me see what it is. Okay, we have the Page of Cups. Let's continue. For my dear pile 2, we also have the Hanged Man. Your guys' relationship. Oh, we have the Lovers. All right. Let's continue. And let me see. Okay. We had 2 cards coming through, but this card turned over. Okay. Now let me see at the back of the deck. The 10 of Swords. Ooh, that's interesting. 10 of Swords. That's the overall energy when it comes to this. Please give me a moment. Please give me a moment, my dear. Okay. You know what I heard with the 10 of Swords being here? The struggle is over. That's what I heard. Now let me explain. I don't know if you can see it, but okay, in some ways this card is a little bit disturbing, the imagery. There's this person like drowning and their fingers are cut. This person has cut their fingers, and I almost feel like this is a metaphor, okay, for all those relationships that some of you guys could have had, which were just a catastrophic like experience, okay? As your future spouse may say, wasted time. It could have brought more bad than good, and wasn't what you were looking for. So you could have been in search, okay, of a potential partner for a very long time. And what this relationship is, it's the ending of the searching. Finally, you will have met, or you will have this person that you know, I want to spend my life with them. All those exes, they're not important anymore. They're just experiences, not more, you know? And right now, you don't see it, right? Especially for those of you guys who have not met this person yet. It's something in the hidden. It's something, a secret. Well, not now anymore because you're watching this, but like the person coming your way, they're still hidden from you, right? And you don't even like see how beautifully you're going to come out of this experience. Because no matter how many times you may have felt like really had this energy or this experience of failure when it comes to your love life, this failure is coming to an end. 10, okay? Ending. A painful ending. It definitely wasn't easy. But this is what's coming, okay? This relationship in which I didn't talk about the harmony aspect, okay? But by the way, this card is supposed to illustrate the six, not the six, yeah, the six as well, but the Lover's card. And we have it literally here again. So what's coming for you is this lover, you know? This soulmate, this partner. Once again, the one. I heard the one for you guys. And you will definitely move on from all these, okay, unfortunate relationships because they don't even matter anymore. They are an experience, not more. So let's look into a little bit more, okay? And let's see the relationship that you're going to have with your future spouse. What do you need to know about it? Okay, so once again, I would like to start with what I have already said, okay? Because I really feel like it's important, because it's important to understand the kind of direction your relationship goes. From the beginning on, both of you guys are going to be very sure about this relationship. Both of you guys are going to be in love with the other. Really aware of the other's intentions. This is the kind of relationship in which you could have, like talked with each other like in the beginnings of your relationship, and you already have figured out the next 5 years. You know, it's a very serious one. You know what step you will take tomorrow, because you want to create this certain life with each other. I really feel like, and this is very interesting, your relationship is going to be very, very respected when it comes to other people, because they see it, you know? The way, I mean, just look at this card, okay? Do you see this? You see this card here, and as I told you, right, the eyes and the heart space, like you look at this card and it says more than 1,000 words. And it's really the same here for me as well. I feel like people look at you guys and yeah, they're just gonna know. Another thing which I really find beautiful regarding your relationship is that you guys can be dreamers together. The Page of Cups for me is one of the most beautiful cards in the tarot. In fact, the Page of Cups for me is actually a very suitable or matching energy to the Child Divine card, because both of these energies bring this very gentle, dreamy energy to the table, a very innocent approach. So with your future spouse, you will be able to dream about the future, you know, dream about what could be. And I talked about it, right? I talked about this little bubble that you guys are going to be in. I don't mean it like from a how do you call it in English? You know, there is like this, like when someone falls in love, they see through those like pink glasses. Is this how you say it in English? I don't mean it that way. Like, you're not going to be delusional, or you're not going to see things which aren't there. It's really your energy. Like, both of you guys give each other space to be who you are and to dream, because it's not a crime to dream or to connect with our childlike self. You know, when we talk about, or when we talk to a child is not aware of all the restrictions that are, you know, in this world. A child sees all the potential that could be theirs. And it's kind of like the same with you guys. You really motivate each other. As an example, if some of you guys have an idea and everyone is trying to talk you out of it, is not believing in you, let me tell you that your future spouse is going to believe in you big time. They're going to support you, and yeah, they are going to motivate you and allow you to dream, you know, to have a dream, to go for your dream, because you deserve it. There is some kind of manifestation which will come through, which will be manifested for you, okay? The energies are not showing me what this manifestation is, but it's gonna enter your life when you marry this person. Maybe it's I mean, of course, some of you guys could be manifesting like marriage, but I don't feel like it's marriage or even this relationship. It's something different, okay? That you're gonna manifest. Something you wanted for a very long time. Something you're very, very passionate about. Okay? Let me see. Can I get anything else regarding your relationship? I feel like we didn't really get a lot regarding a relationship. Let me see. What can we get some more? No, I'm not getting anything else regarding that. Okay, I guess there is a reason for it, so let's look into... Let's get you some more tarot cards, okay? And let's see what advice or just extra messages, okay? And this is very open now, like whatever is meant for you to know regarding this union, regarding this relationship is welcomed. So let's see. Anything you need to know regarding your future spouse, regarding your relationship, any information, let's see. We have the King of Wands. Ooh. The Knight of Swords, the Sun. The Wheel card. Oh my goodness, the Ten of Cups. Seven of Wands. The Seven of Swords. Interesting. 7-7. And the Strength card. And at the back of the deck, we have the Four of Wands. Okay. So, my dear pile 2, extra messages, okay, regarding this union. First of all, I would like to say one thing. I really feel like some of you guys are very patient when it comes to this meeting, or if some of you guys already know this person, to reconcile with them. Let me tell you, the right time will come, okay? I know this is something, and I always say this because I can sense it, okay? Like, whenever I'm about to say it, I can already feel people like getting annoyed, okay? But it's just something that needs to be said, okay? Like, when a message comes through, it needs to be said no matter what. And divine timing. With your union, divine timing is doing its thing, and you really have to have trust. There is no other way to say it. Have trust that this person will come through when they have to come through. It's very important because, I mean, as human beings, we may only have a limited perception, and we may not understand why something is unfolding the way it is. And, you know, we may see it as waiting or being patient and not very satisfied because obviously we want this relationship right now. But you don't know what the other person is going through. Maybe you're right now like ready for this relationship, but what about your partner? They may be in a circle in their life in which they first need to figure this out before they come through. And therefore, divine timing is all about those wheels, okay, coming together when, yeah, both wheels are ready. It's very interesting to me. We have the Harmony card, and 10 of Cups for me is a card which signifies or symbolizes harmony, okay? Of course, this harmony doesn't just like fall from the sky. It's something that people build with a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, right? And I really see that both of you guys are gonna be willing to do so. You're gonna create this Four of Wands, my dear. I see you guys having this home. I see you guys creating this life for each other, for yourselves, for others, okay? Even if it's not easy. Life is not supposed to be easy. If it was, or if it was supposed to be easy, we wouldn't be living here, because there are definitely easier places out there in the universe, okay? This 3D matrix is definitely a very, very tough place, but you chose to bring light, okay? To bring light here. And it's almost like I can see the results. I can see what you guys will create with each other. And yes, it's not easy, but you're gonna make it. You're gonna fight against the odds, you know? You are gonna create your own reality. You are not gonna allow other people to determine what you deserve or what you don't deserve, what you can have or what you can't have. Together, as a team, you're gonna create it yourselves. That's actually all I'm getting for you, my dear pal, too. Okay. This was a very beautiful reading, and I don't know about you guys, but this heart space, which is like growing, or glowing, I'm sorry, which is glowing here, It's almost like my own heart space is glowing from this reading. It's a very heartfelt one for sure. A lot of raw feelings, raw emotions in this pile. So, yeah, my dear, I'm very curious to know how you feel about this reading. As always, please feel free to share your thoughts and feelings in the comment section. Also, my dear, I invite you to like and subscribe if you haven't. If you subscribe, please don't forget to hit the bell, because otherwise you may not get a notification when I upload a new pick a card or candle wax reading. Also, my dear, as always, if you're curious or interested in a personal reading with me and you would like to get further information regarding one, as always, you can feel free to email me. Lastly, my dear, if you would also like to connect with me more on Instagram, I also invite you there as well. You will find my Instagram link in the description box. My dear pal too, I am sending you much love and much positive energy. And I hope you're having a beautiful day, or of course a beautiful evening, depending on where you are right now. But yeah, my dear pal too, take care, my love. Hey pal 3, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see, who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? First of all, I would like to say one thing. In this reading, I really felt like also saying something regarding the card selection card. It also gave me some, insights regarding the energies of the readings. And I would like to say something regarding this card you got, which is the Spiritual Union card. Also, I think the Two of Cups inspired in this deck. And when I saw this card, my dear, there was one thing that came immediately in my head, and it was a connection that is only made once in a lifetime. Now, let me explain. I really feel like a lot of you guys haven't had this kind of relationship that you will have with your future spouse, all right? Hey, maybe some of you guys never had a relationship at all. For others, if you have had multiple in the past, this is like such a different level, because for you guys we got the spiritual element in this energy, and spiritual connections are something else. Whoever has experienced these things, whether it's romantically speaking, friendship speaking, or however it may apply, you know that having a spiritual connection with someone is just mind-blowing. And I really find it interesting here that, look at the illustration, these people are connecting here at the head, right? And it's kind of like they're becoming one, and their energies are emerging. This is such a beautiful illustration, and we also have the infinity symbol here, right? And this really reminds me of like almost these two souls not just coming together in this lifetime, but actually going through infinity, and reincarnating through different lifetimes together and meeting each other. Of course, the kind of experience doesn't have to always be the same. It doesn't mean that, you and your future spouse have always in every and each lifetime been lovers, or at least those lifetimes that you guys have been, or have chosen to come together. It could even be the case that some of you guys had some like platonic kind of energy in one lifetime, or maybe only even like family, maybe there were some family dynamics in one lifetime. I just feel like you and your future spouse, you have so much soul memory with each other. That's really a main big message in here. However, let's talk about this lifetime, because it's definitely all about romantic love. There is no doubt about that. In this lifetime, you guys came together to, experience that. But not only that, spiritual unions are also very famous for, having a mission. It's not only about experiencing the love with each other, but it's also about sharing something, or helping, you know, making a difference for others as well. So maybe some of you guys already feel that. You feel that there is something that you are supposed to do in this lifetime, some kind of maybe purpose or duty. Take it how it resonates, but I really feel like you guys coming together here, it's more than just experiencing love, you know? It's also about touching other people's heart space. Now, having said that, let's dive now into who your future spouse is. Now, first of all, my dear pal 3, I would like to get you some archetypes, okay, through this archetype deck. And yeah, let's look into the energies that your future spouse embodies, what you need to know about them. Let's see, let's see. For my dear pile 3, who will you marry? Who is your future spouse? Oops. All right, the first card we have is the Child Magic card, which says, seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. Let's see, let's get you 2 cards. Oops. Too many. For my dear pile 3, who will you marry? Okay. Who's your future spouse? We also got the Addict archetype, which says, helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. Let's get you one last card. And we have the Monk, Nun archetype, selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit. All right, okay. So, my dear pile 3, who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? First of all, I would like to talk about this card here. And there is one big thing that I actually received from it. And it's this illustration. As you can see, there's this person and they're trying to push away these, well, they look like waves, like water waves, right? It's almost like they're trying to stop those. And as you can imagine, it's pretty difficult as a human being to stop water, right? But the way the illustration is showing, they're actually really succeeding, like they're holding back this force, right? And this is actually something very metaphorical, I feel like. I feel like your future spouse, my dear, has always like swum the other way. They have always had their own mind. Even if people didn't understand or couldn't really comprehend what this was all about, your future spouse is someone who is not afraid to walk alone, okay? As long as it feels right to them. As an example, maybe the whole world maybe the whole world tells them to turn right. However, if they feel like they have to turn left, they will do so. This is someone who has always been guided with their inner or through their inner voice. You know, that's a very, very big thing here. And it's also very important to say that it takes so much courage to be so. A lot of people don't do things or don't live a certain life because of a lot of fears they have. As an example, fears of being judged, fears of what others may think of them, not meeting the expectations of the parents or, you know, whoever it may be, society even. So therefore, a lot of people compromise on their own happiness because they feel like they don't have any other choice, because they have to be what others expect them to be. And it's kind of like this person is absolutely not like that. They come first, and if others judge them for what makes them happy, or if others judge them for what they don't understand, that's not their problem. That's not their concern, because they're creating the life that they want to live. This person knows that at the end of the day, you are going to be the one who, yeah, who's going to make you happy. It's your own responsibility. And they just don't want to throw all their dreams and wishes and goals away just because their parents or society or someone or something outside of them may not understand. So if this person has to fight with thousands of people, they will do so as long as it makes them sleep well at night, because they know they stand for themselves, like they stand up for themselves, okay? So as you can see, there is so much power in this. Absolutely. And at the same time, I also feel like this is no one who's afraid of confrontation. No. This person, like, let me explain it that way. It's not like this person is out here for drama. They don't want drama, because obviously it's wasted energy, but at the same time, they are not afraid of confrontation if it has to be. If there is no other way, they will go all in. They will defend themselves. They will stand up for what's right to them. But at the same time, it's not the favorite thing, they like to do. But they're good at it. If they have to, they will definitely explain their, point for sure. I feel like this is someone who's very expressive in many different ways. In the way they may live their life, but at the same time also the way they carry themselves, maybe even through their work. Or let's just talk about communication. I feel like this is someone who's very expressive. Maybe they like to use body language a lot, or maybe the way they like to talk is very unique. They're someone who maybe knows a lot of languages even. There's just something around that here. You're going to be very impressed through the way they're going to talk and voice their opinion. I feel like they have very strong beliefs. And they can do both. They can explain it in a very logical and practical way, but they can also explain stuff in a very creative way. This is someone who's very well balanced when it comes to their two energies. I'm talking about the creative energy and the practical energy. Because unfortunately, surprise, surprise, in the world we're living in, there is a huge imbalance, right, when it comes to creativity and practicality. It's also seen in a lot of different areas of life or in society, but very often expressing your creativity is very difficult in comparison to the very practical force. I hope you understand what I mean. But within them, that's actually not the case. I feel like both their like their left and right brain, it feels so balanced. Like, I just feel like this person has so much they can prove, no matter what we talk about, this person always has something that they can show. This is a person, an individual who's very, very talented, my dear. They have a lot of potential. I honestly feel like if they would, as an example, switch their job and go for a complete different area, a career path, they would still be very successful, because they just know. Sometimes people know how to go about things and how to capitalize, and it's kind of like they're very good at it. They understand what kind of steps are needed for that. All right. Now let me see what we can get some more. Okay, another thing I actually received from the beginning is that this is someone who's very good looking, someone who's going to be your type. Very simple, very straightforward. This message here as well, something I'm feeling, and Okay, this is also someone who's not afraid. It goes hand in hand with what I just mentioned, but still, they're also not afraid of being the only one who may have a different opinion. Let's just say they are at a place where everyone thinks a certain way. They will not just hide away or pretend that they have the same opinion as everyone else, just to not, um, like, so people don't understand that. No, this person is definitely okay with being the only one who's different, or being the odd one, okay? Maybe other people sometimes think that. They don't have a problem with this. It's really all about, you see how powerful it can be when you have a healthy relationship with yourself, because you don't compromise on what makes you happy, because you put yourself first. And this is what I'm talking about here. This person has chosen for themselves that they're not going to live a life that others expect out of them, because it wouldn't make them happy. It wouldn't fulfill them. It's kind of like living someone else's life. They know what they're worth, they know who they are, and they chose out of their free will that this is the path that they're going to go towards. All right? I do feel like this person could have a best friend who's a big part of their life. I know it's very random, but a best friend is coming through here. Someone who understands, even maybe someone who's very similar to them. Okay, now let's continue. Let's get you some tarot cards and get more information about, yeah, who is your future spouse? What can we get about them, my dear? For my dear pile 3, who is your future spouse? Let's see. All right, one card immediately fell, the 10 of Pentacles. Who is your future spouse? 9 of Cups. Two of Swords. King of Wands, yeah. A very suitable card when it comes to the energy I'm picking up on. We have the 5 of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. I actually feel like these cards are supposed to be together. Yeah. Hierophant. Who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? My goodness. We have the Queen of Cups, and let me get you some more cards. One more card, okay. Interesting. The King of Wands came through with the Queen of Wands. Okay. All right. Look at this. At the back of the deck, we have the Magician. As the overall energy doesn't surprise me at all, because it actually, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Let me talk about the Magician card. You know, that's kind of what I'm talking about here. If we go into the Magician card, the Magician, you know, they're kind of the master of all the suits, you know, talking like Pentacles, Wands, Swords, Cups, right? And I really feel like this is actually what I was trying to explain here when I said that they have a lot of potential. It's kind of like, you know, they could start a new career in a complete different area and they would find their way, you know. And once again, it's because this person, they're just very, you know, there are multiple areas to that. First of all, they're very knowledgeable. at the same time, they're very experienced. The creativity is there as well, the very logical mind understanding things, through the headspace. And it's just a big bubble full of potential. And this is why, they're just so incredible. Not only that, I feel like this is someone who can actually connect with a lot of different people. They're not so much in the ego, or at least let me put it that way. They won't allow their ego to come between them and maybe higher things for them. So, as an example, let's just say someone provokes this person. This is not someone who will like jump, okay, and just go for fight mode, I could say. No, they would be very, very cool, calm, collected, and they would think about the best way to come out of the situation victorious. They would think of a strategy. Or if the situation involves creativity, they know how to deal with it. Or, other examples, it's just like they know which of those suits they need in the moment. It's, like someone, let me put it that way. It's like someone having a private library, right? With a lot of different books regarding a lot of different topics. And whenever they need some knowledge regarding, certain topics, they know which book to pick. It's kind of the same with your future spouse as well. According to the situation, they have so much to offer. Because they're the magician. I feel like because of that, this person was able to create quite a lot for themselves. Speaking of the financial level, I don't feel like this is someone who is finance obsessed, someone who just thinks about the money. No, they're so multifaceted. They understand that money is also just a part of life. Of course, unfortunately, in the kind of world we're living in, I mean, without money, you can't even get your smallest needs of survival, right? But still, they understand that there is more to life than just running after the money. So they're very self-aware as well. That's another thing I'm seeing here. Also, with the magician being here, I feel like this is someone, and that's interesting because I had this message for Pal 2 as well. If some of you guys had trouble between choosing Pal 3 or 2, then this could be your confirmation. Feel free to watch Pal 2 as well. There could be some, information for you. If not, then just stick with this one, all right? But there's this message that I also received in the other pile, which was, this is someone who you can't manipulate. I really feel this with your future spouse as well. In fact, when we talk about this person's dark side or shadow side, they could be someone who knows how to manipulate others if needed, as an example. However, the Magician card didn't come through reverse. It came through like this. So, oops. Yeah, also with the Ace of Swords here. Someone who's clear, in the way they come through. Not manipulative at all, but if they could. However, they're definitely not the one who would get manipulated because they're just too aware and too smart for that, I guess. It's kind of like they know the rules to the game. This is how I would describe it. Now, I also feel like, my dear pal 3, of course, it depends on where your future spouse comes from, because obviously a lot of you guys are watching this from all over the world, right? But I feel like your future spouse also has something very traditional. Okay? So once again, it depends on what traditions means in maybe your country or in their country, but there is something about them which is very old-fashioned. It could be a skill, it could be a characteristic, a behavior, or maybe even a belief that they have, but something definitely resonates with this, and it's actually something that they're very, very sure about. So, for example, if this person has a belief that's deep in their culture or traditions, then they're very, very sure about it. You know, it's something they live by or they strongly hold on to. Now, let me see, my dear. Okay, that's also a very, very interesting thing. When we talk about mm, the path like towards their success, this person has experienced both. They have lost so much, okay? At the same time, they have definitely gained a lot as well. This person, they could have made a lot of wrong decisions, but at the same time, they made twice as much good decisions, you know? Very often people may be a little bit intimidated by, as an example, becoming successful or, let's say, creating their own business, whatever it may be, because they're scared of failure, they're scared of doing something wrong. But that's a part of the journey, you know. You will never ever do everything right. In fact, it's the failure you learn the most from, right? And it's kind of the same in your future spouse's energy as well. And I'm talking here specifically career wise, okay? This is not regarding relationships or so now. I'm talking about their career here. So, just for you to know, that's another thing I'm picking up on here. But if we talk about the kind of energy your future spouse embodies, they're definitely an optimist. They believe in the good in people or in the things. And I feel like this person could be at times even be a little bit. I'm thinking about whether this is the right word, because I was about to say serious, but I don't think serious is the right word. It's more so realistic. I think this is better. Let me see. Yeah, I definitely feel like this person has been in both worlds. They know how it is to have nothing, but at the same time, they know how it is to have everything, or, you know, as much as you need. Also, what I find really interesting here is that we have the King and the Queen of Wands, as I already said, right? And when it comes to the King and Queen of Wands, I'm not receiving the or the message that this could be you guys. Like, one of you is the king, one of you is the queen. I feel like this is more so about your future spouse once again, because we have talked about from the beginning, right, that this is a very balanced person, someone who has loved different sides to them. And talking about the masculine and feminine energy, which we all have, no matter what gender we identify with, these energies are in all, right? And in all things. And I really feel like they have a beautiful balance between their feminine and masculine energy as well, which you will see in a lot of different situations coming through. Let me see. Let me get you some more oracle cards, my dear pal 3. Let's get you some more information about who your future spouse is. For my dear pile 3, Who will you marry, my dear? Who is your future spouse? Please, can we get more information regarding their energy? What energy do they carry? So the first card we have is Think It Through. Too many cards. Who will you marry, my dear Palchu? Who's your future spouse? We have Assess the Situation. All right, let's get you one last card. Okay. And we got Reveal What Needs to Be Seen. Now, please give me a moment, my dear. Okay, I know this is very random, but I feel like this person could have some earth or fire in their chart. Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or fire, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. I don't talk that much regarding zodiac signs for some time now, but I'm talking about the energies, right? So these are energies I'm really seeing coming through here. I feel like this is someone who... Yeah. Okay. So, as I was saying, my dear, once again, with this card being here, it really gives me the confirmation of what I talked about in the beginning of the reading. I said now multiple times that this is someone who is not afraid to be different, okay? Whether it's having a different opinion or living a different life, they're not scared to share it or to show it. And with this card being here, which says reveal what needs to be seen, that's exactly the point. Like, they're not afraid to reveal what's deep inside of them. They're not scared of revealing what others may not feel happy about, you know, as long as they are happy about it. And let me explain. I don't mean it like in an arrogant way. It's not like this person doesn't care about anyone except themselves. That's not what I'm talking about. Of course, this person cares about others. And when I say, okay, that's very, very important. When I say that they don't care what other people think of them, of course, what's important to keep in mind is they would never do something which would harm someone, okay? So yes, maybe they will not go the life path that their father, as an example, wanted them to go because they choose, you know, their own interests or whatever. But of course, they would never want to harm, right? So that's very important. It's not like they stomp on everyone, not caring about other people's feelings and stuff. No. They do what they do because they've put their own happiness first. Because they understand, okay, this life is not about waiting for a parent to make me happy. Life is not about one day, maybe through chance, ending, you know, in a career that might make me happy, or finding a partner who has the responsibility to make me happy. No. They know it's all them. It's their responsibility, right? Actually, another message that also came through, I believe, in Pal 2. Anyway, so as I said, this is really no one who's scared. They're not. If this person has some fears, which of course I guess every human being has in this 3D matrix, right? As long as you're not expanded your consciousness on such a level in which you don't feel fear anymore. Of course, this is not where they're at. They also have fears, but still I feel like those fears are thought through, you know? they are like, they don't have small fears that sometimes like people get stuck in. If they have fears, then how should I explain it? It's very it's very interesting to explain this kind of thought pattern they have, okay? Let me explain it that way. This person has fears, but not many, okay? I think this is the best way to put it. Because there is not a lot this person is scared of. Absolutely. Especially if it has something to do with other people. And let's say, once again, opinions and being judged. And so these fears are non-existent in their world. All right? And maybe for some of you guys, this can actually be something that they will teach you as well, or they will help you with. If you're someone who cares too much about other people and what they may think about you, every little step that you do, we may feel like your mind is kind of trapping you. These thoughts are trapping you by overthinking. Then I feel like they will really be a great help when it comes to that, because they will show you you shouldn't hold your greatness back just because you're scared of the consequences which may come, your way when it comes to others, you know? Just because you're scared of how other people may react to it. That shouldn't be your concern. For you, it's all about creating the life and becoming your greatest version, you know? So yeah, for some, they may definitely help you with that. Now let's get more information. I would like to also look into your guys' relationship. Let's see. What kind of messages, my dear pal 3, do you need to know when it comes to your guys' relationship? What do you need to know about the relationship between you and your future spouse? The first card we have is the 7 of Cups. Oops. We have the Fool card. We have the 4 of Pentacles. The Chariot fell. We also have the Page of Wands. Too many cards. Let's see, my dear. What do you need to know about the relationship between you and your future spouse? We have the 10 of Swords. We have the Knight of Wands. One more card. Okay, that's interesting. There's one message. Too many cards. Only one, please. There's one message that I received, and I really feel like it's a very important energy that you guys carry in this relationship. All right, and we have the King of Wands again. At the back of the deck, we have the the Knight of Cups. So as I was saying, the message that I received, which is very important actually for you guys, is other people don't know what to expect out of you guys, okay? Now let me explain. This makes a lot of sense with a partner like your future spouse, and I feel like you kind of complement this energy very, very good as well. So what I'm feeling here for you guys is that you and your future spouse you're all over the place. Let me explain. I feel like when it comes to you guys, you are always trying something new. Something that you haven't tried yesterday is on your list for tomorrow. All right? So, as an example, you guys may, first of all, I see love traveling. This relationship is definitely one in which you guys move a lot, you guys see a lot, experience a lot, okay? Adventure, adventure, something I am receiving here as well. Now, it could be the case that this is just something you guys like to do, both of you. You like to explore what the world has to offer. Or maybe it's also because of the circumstance you're in. Maybe one of you guys has to travel for work, as an example, okay? But what I'm really seeing here is that you guys move a lot, and it's kind of like people always try to catch up with you. Like, they may see you traveling to this city, and then sometime later you guys post a picture somewhere, and then you are in this country, you know? There's this excitement in this energy when it comes to this relationship. And this is why I said it's kind of like they don't know what to expect out of you, because yeah, the way you guys like to live your lives is very free. That's another thing I need to say. This is a relationship that doesn't feel caged or trapping, or it doesn't have stagnation energy in it at all. It's kind of like you, which actually is, of course, very important in any kind of relationship. You're still your own person. Sometimes when people get into relationships, it could be the case that they sacrifice a part of their own identity because this relationship or this partner, you know, it becomes everything for them. Which, of course, in love, you know, it's actually something that happens, but it's important that we understand no matter what, we're still our own person, and we have the rights to have our own friends, these and these, right? This and that. And in this relationship, it's the same. Like, you guys are your own person, and you have your own interests, and you can share it with your partner. And it's so exciting to do so. Let me see. You know what's very interesting? Let me show you this. So we have two, let me show you. We only actually have two major arcanas here. The others are all minor arcanas, and the two ones we have is the Fool card and the Chariot card. And look at how similar these cards are. Not only in the color, but in the way they're structured, really. First of all, let me just say it that way. I really feel like one of you is the Fool and one of you is the Chariot card. Not in the energy, but just in the illustration, okay? And as we can see, we have this mermaid here, and then we have this man here. Both of them are kind of, in the ocean somewhere, and it's kind of like both of them are saying yes to something ahead of them, right? And I really feel like it's kind of this, no matter where you and your future spouse come from, okay, even if you guys are to some extent different, the energies you carry are very, very similar. And this is why this actually can become such a great relationship, because the way you guys are heading, it's mutual energy, you know? What you want from this relationship and even from life, it's very similar. Let me see some more. Also, because we have said it now multiple times, the aspect of balance, there's also something very interesting in here that I feel like for you guys when it comes to the balance of your relationship. On one hand, we have this very earthy and secure energy, but at the other or on the other hand, better to say, we have this very adventurous, very fiery, very creative, like, I'm gonna conquer the world kind of energy, okay? And these are very, very interesting energies mixed together. But I feel like that's actually the bottom line of your relationship, because you can do both. You can do both, multiple things, you know? You can have this grounded energy around you guys, feeling secure, but at the same time, you can just go on an adventure and go towards uncertainty, and you're okay with it. I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to compare here. Those two, like those two energies, they're both in this relationship, and you're making it work. This is not the kind of relationship in which like everyone is only grounded and not really kind of the risk-taking type, and yeah, everything has to be secure and settled. No. And on the other hand, this is also not a relationship in which it's only about passion and fire and adventure. This, not as well. It's both. Okay? Both of those energies, depending on the timing and, yeah, circumstance. Also, with the Seven of Cups being here, my dear pal 3, I really feel like there is a lot that you're gonna emerge into when it comes to this relationship, okay? A lot of different cups you're gonna take. I feel like this relationship is gonna open you up to a lot of different options or opportunities in life, and maybe this could be, as an example, let's just say your future spouse helping you with opening up certain opportunities for you. Or maybe, as an example, you guys could, let's say, move, okay? And when you move to this new place, you will have more opportunities coming your way. So it could be either both, you know. I just feel like doors are opening, okay? And not only doors are opening, but doors will also be closed, especially when it comes to things that just doesn't work out for you anymore. We have the ending with the 10, and at the same time we have this energy been mixed with the Fool card, which is the number 0. It's literally the beginning. It's also the first card in the tarot. The Fool card always has this energy of, you know, when you start a brand new day, that's kind of the Fool card. It's, with every new day, there's, yeah, new opportunity to live life, and it's kind of the same here as well. So there is something which will end in your life, okay? And something, let me see, can I get some more information regarding what this Ten of Swords is? Whether it's, I don't know, work related or something regarding your personal life. Let me see. Can I get more information regarding these energies? No, they're not telling me what this may be. So it's a secret, I guess. There was a reason for it, because, as I always say, if something comes through in the tarot or if something doesn't come through in the tarot, for both, there is a reason for it. So I guess for some reason you're not meant to know what this Ten of Swords is exactly. Just know you're ending this very difficult day, and the tomorrow will be a new day to begin, okay? So that's really the thing here. Let me see. Is there anything... Okay, as I said as well, I really feel like you guys are gonna have a very, very passionate, intimate life. No, I didn't say that. Okay, it's actually the first time I'm mentioning this in this reading. this also didn't really come through in the other pile, so you're the only pile actually this energy is coming through here. Yeah, a lot of passion. I feel like your intimate life is going to be very, very exciting, but once again, doesn't surprise me at all because that's just you guys, you know, that's just the energy you carry together. You can make love, but you can also get freaky. Let me put it that way. Once again, you can do both. Your relationship can do both. Yeah. And I feel like maybe now you're listening to this and you're kind of like wondering how it's going to apply. But if you're in this situation, you're going to exactly know what I mean. Yeah. Let us get more information, my dear. So, this is very important to me because I also wanted to create a space in this reading so whatever message which is meant for you to know can come through. So I want to get some tarot cards and whatever message you need to know regarding this connection, whether it's how you guys will meet, extra messages regarding your relationship, more things regarding your future spouse, it doesn't even matter. But whatever is meant for you to know some more is welcome. So for my dear pile 3, what extra messages do we have for you here when it comes to you and your future spouse? What do you need to know? Yeah, the Judgment card. All right. The Hermit. King of Wands again. Four of Wands. Okay, we have many cards. Give me a second. Ace of Swords. Okay, and these two cards. So we have the Fool card and we have the Sun card. At the back of the deck, we have the Three of Cups. Let me make sure you can also see the cards below. Okay. So, my dear pile 3 now. What extra messages do we have for you regarding this connection? First of all, I would like to say one thing here. I feel like, my dear, in this relationship, you're going to experience so much. Let me explain. So, it almost feels like some of you guys are in this bubble and you haven't even seen the world yet, or you haven't even like experienced a real connection yet, you know? I just feel like this connection is gonna bring so many opportunities into your life for you to explore and experience and see and understand and so on. So for a lot of you guys, this definitely very well could be a first relationship. If it's not, then you still, and this is actually, I think, a message that I once got also in another reading. You still are gonna have a lot of first times with this person. Even if you have had multiple like previous relationships, still you're gonna experience things with this person that you have never experienced with someone else. Okay, there is this advice here for you to take the time you need. Don't rush into anything, okay? Even if you feel like, wow, yes, this is the person, I want it all, and so on, take your time, think it through. It's important that you take decisions of any kind with a clear mind. That's another thing I received here. And I think it's definitely connected to this connection, okay, with your future spouse. So, yeah, this is an advice that you may need to consider. Also, I'm definitely getting the confirmation here from this card. I really feel like this is a spiritual union, my dear, okay? Yeah, it is. This is the confirmation. Another thing, okay, I'm seeing that when you create this Four of Wands with your future spouse, and this is something that I'm actually not getting from the cards. This is something that, yeah, I heard messages I received when I was looking at the Four of Wands, although it's not what the Four of Wands stands for. But, well, I'm an intuitive reader, so when I looked at the Four of Wands, I actually received one message, and it's that this Four of Wands, okay, this home, this place, this beautiful place that you guys are going to create together. Once you've created that, you're definitely not going to allow everyone to pass and join you guys. Because some people may not be right for you guys, okay? And just generally speaking, I feel like you guys are going to be very careful with what kind of circle you have around yourself, around your home, around each other, okay? Because you're definitely looking for great energy with the Sun card here, especially when you are going to be in this relationship. You're going to be very cautious with what kind of energies, you have in your life. And hey, who knows? Maybe the Ten of Swords that came through in the previous spread was actually indicating that, that you're bringing an end to energies that just don't fit into your life anymore. People who just don't fit into what you're going to create for yourself. Maybe you're going to choose to concentrate and live a happier life. Then you may say no or boycott kind of people who have always put you down, But certain doors are going to be closed for certain people. That's how I would describe it here. I don't know why I feel like getting more cards. Like, I feel like there are certain messages which still want to come through. Let me see. I feel like there is a message. What message do you need to know, my dear pile? My dear pile 1. We have the Four of Swords here. Then we have, let me see, interesting. Okay, we have the Justice card here as well. Six of Swords. Now let's get you guys one more card. Okay. And we got the Page of Cups. Let me see. This one turns around. Anyways, it doesn't want to stay still. Okay, so, okay, yeah. I think this is the This is the message which also wanted to come through, which is very important. I feel like it's actually coming from your spirit guides here. And that's also why I had this need to get more cards, because it was almost like there was a message missing. Something didn't come through yet, and I see now why. Okay, so my dear pile 3, we have talked about your future spouse and about your dynamic, right? Like about your love life. But of course, when we talk about love, there is more. There is also self-love. There is also you. And I really feel like this is your spirit guides talking. They need to give you this message. This is a reminder for you to always keep in mind that you come first. Now, this is very interesting because this is something that your future spouse is actually embodying already. And I almost feel like maybe your spirit guides are therefore trying to remind you to also do that, because it's actually so important, to not only work on relationships outside of us, or not only looking for relationships outside of us, but actually also to look into the relationship within us. And what I'm seeing here is that your spirit guides really want you to connect more with yourself, to be gentler with yourself, to give yourself the rest and the things you need. Don't be too harsh. The world is a harsh place already. You don't need to be extra harsh to yourself, okay? Treat yourself with respect, dignity, and fairness. Now, I don't know why this is coming through. I think this is very specific as well, so take it how it resonates, but maybe some of you guys, you need to treat yourself with more respect, okay? And put your needs first. Maybe some of you guys always put other people's needs at the highest point of the pyramid, and your own needs come down below, right? But there is this switch that needs to happen, because you need to understand that the kind of life we're living, the kind of quality of life, is also connected to the relationship we have to ourselves, whether we see ourselves worthy, whether we see our own worth, it's very important to be aware of this. And besides all that, we deserve self-love. We deserve to have a great relationship with us. And I really feel like your spirit guides are emphasizing that this may influence the kind of relationship you will have with your future spouse, but I feel like it's more than that. It's not only about your future spouse. This is really about you. You deserve this. No matter whether you have a partner or not, you deserve to have a healthy relationship with you, right? And I feel like actually there could be this need of either working on your self-love journey, or if you already are on a self-love journey, to be more gentle. Okay? Don't compare your journey to someone else's. We're all individuals. We all walk with different shoes, and I mean, sometimes comparing, or of course, comparing could be good, if it gives us motivation or inspiration, but actually most of the time it's very unhealthy, because we're seeing what we don't have, and it makes us really depressed, right? It makes us feel less than someone else, and that's not what I'm talking about here. So if you feel like you compare yourselves sometimes very harshly to others, and maybe you want to reduce that, because it's really all about allowing yourself to be soft to yourself. Falling in love with myself, this is something I heard. This may be what your future not your future. This may be something that your spirit guides are really trying to say here. Fall in love with you. And then you will not question why other people fall in love with you as well. But once again, it's not about other people, it's about you here. Fall in love with yourself because you are such a beautiful, gorgeous, handsome person. You are so much... like there's... I don't even know where to start. Like there is so much potential. You have so much beauty inside and out. This beautiful heart. This great mind. Don't even question whether you're deserving or not. Because you are. And it's kind of like your spirit guides wished they would see you the way they see you. I'm sorry, you would see yourself. That's the way to go. They wish you would see yourself the way they see you. But yeah, no one said it's easy to be a human being, right? It's definitely not. I guess there are definitely other places to reincarnate in, which may be way easier than this planetary matrix, but well, that's what we all chose, I guess, right? But coming back to this, as you can see, your spirit guides are coming through here with a lot of love, and that's the kind of energy they also want you to share with yourself. So yeah, I really feel like there is a reason why we're ending this reading like this. This is probably one of the most important messages for today, okay? Concentrate on your self-love, not only for others, okay? Not only to, let's say, connect with someone like your future spouse, but really for yourself, because you deserve it. Although, of course, your self-love will definitely impact or influence also the journey towards your future spouse. That's something I'm seeing here as well. Okay? So my dear pile 3, this is actually all I have for you for today. So my dear, yeah, please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading. I just would like to say how honored I am to connect with your beautiful energy today. I hope that this reading was able to bring you the energy insights you were seeking, my dear. And also, feel free to let me know how you feel about it, of course, as always, in the comment section below. Also, my dear, if you haven't, I also invite you to like and subscribe. If you subscribe, please don't forget to hit the bell, because otherwise you may not get notification when I upload a new pick a card or candle wax reading. Also, my dear, as always, if you're curious or interested when it comes to a personal reading with me and you would like to get further information regarding one, as always, you can feel free to email me. Lastly, my dear, if you would also like to connect with me more on Instagram, I invite you there as well. You will find my Instagram link in the description box. My dear pal 3, I'm sending you much love and much positive energy. And I hope you're having a beautiful day, or of course a beautiful evening, depending on where you are right now. But yeah, my dear pal 3, take care, my love.